Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Stevie Talks by Stevielife. And today we are gonna discuss, together with Deevoz, the streamers' don'ts. I hope you guys enjoy. Hi Deevoz.
Hello there.
How are you today?
I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm good. So what are we gonna do today?
Today we're talking about no-goes in streaming, because that's a very interesting topic to talk a little bit about, and we also will do a top list of that.
Ooh. Do you have anything prepared?
I have a top list of 7 no-goes in streaming prepared.
Okay. And
They're not necessarily
where did you base them on? On your personal experience or?
Personal experience and as a streamer and also as a viewer.
Oh.
Because I'm obviously every streamer is somewhat of a viewer too, like some more, some less, and there's just things that either get you in a big shitstorm and are therefore not a good idea, and others are just generally a thing that will turn everyone off.
Okay, interesting.
Or at least lots of people.
All right, do you just want to start?
I guess that's a good idea.
All right, go ahead. Number 1.
So, number 1. They're not necessarily weighted. Like the first is not the worst and the last is not the worst. It's just like a list.
Okay,
like
just
that.
a list.
So,
all right.
Okay, so the first one for me would be making fun of smaller streamers.
Ooh.
Like, especially in PvP games, that happens quite a bit if you notice that you play against another Twitch nerd.
Yes.
And you click on their channel, and then there might be sentences like, oh yeah, that playstyle, no wonder only 3 people watch. Like, especially in DBD, that happens quite a bit. And I think that's an absolute no-go.
Okay, but do you think people are joking or do you think people are serious when they do that?
I think people are dead serious.
And why do they do that?
Usually it's because they lost the video game and they need to protect their idea of their self-worth, so they need something to shit talk afterwards.
Is it also because they forgot where they started?
That might be, absolutely.
They started with 2 viewers too at one point, I'm guessing.
Most likely, yeah.
So it's kind of weird that they do that, right?
It is. Like, it is, in the end, it's a way to like make yourself feel like you are worth more than others. And that inherently is a bit of a weird trait, I guess. But like, especially shitting on people that are literally trying to do the same thing as you do is a bit, it's just like, it's a no-go. You shouldn't.
Did that ever happen to you?
It happened to me quite a bit, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm shocked. In DBD?
Yeah, in DBD. Never in Hunt. Hunt is chill. In DBD quite a bit. And it's kind of funny because not only is it rude and aggressive, it's also inherently just wrong and untrue. Because there's big streamers that play as filthy as they can, and there's big streamers that play super friendly and nice. So it's just inherently untrue too.
But how big are we talking?
Just like 90 to 100.
Really?
Yeah.
What did you do with it?
I blocked them.
That's it?
Yeah. I mean, what am I supposed to do? Like, I don't want to open a big shitstorm. It's not a PR thing for me. It's just, I want to be over with it. Block and done.
But don't you think those people deserve to get called out?
I do, but I'm not in for the drama. Like, this will create so much work and effort for me that I don't think it's worth it.
I mean, not necessarily. If you can just like edit their part and your part and send it to a certain YouTube channel, they do the rest.
I'm not in for that.
Are you against that?
Not necessarily. Like, it's way too much work for me to fight such a fight and then have like community drama. Like I said in a previous episode, so far I steered clear of Twitch drama, and I try to have it stay that way because I don't have energy for that.
I'm actually shocked.
Yeah.
That happened, because I thought it was like just like a one-off thing that streamers do, that they maybe had a really bad day or that they were going through something, you know, and then pretty much like taking it out on the person that killed them or whatever happened. Wow. I really thought it did not happen that often.
I oftentimes also like hear it, like when I randomly click on a stream and they like play against another streamer, they're like, it's kind of common to say these things. It's also things that commonly get said in after game chat. Like even
So-
if it's not another streamer, but I know it's a bit of a different deal, but still. I know it's a bit of a different deal, but still.
So what do you think is acceptable?
I don't think any of that is acceptable, honestly.
So for example, like I lose a game against you, or
Yeah.
I win massively on a
Yeah.
game against you, but we know each other, so it's kind of difficult. But like, say we
Yeah.
don't know each other, I'm a streamer, you're a streamer, and I say GG easy.
Yeah.
Would you laugh?
I would probably not laugh. I would think what a dick and move on.
Because
But
there
like,
is...
I mean, GG Easy is kind of okay because it's just gamer talk. Like it's different than shitting on someone's passion.
Because it's in a sense like there's like I think different levels. Because for example, what happened to me is that I got absolutely colossally destroyed as killer, and that person came into my stream and said GG easy, and I was so nice and friendly to them that they're now my best friend.
Yeah.
So it can happen in different ways, but I think the other level, indeed, what you were talking about is that so is it pretty much like talking massively down towards a person, other streamer, or is it also talking really badly about a streamer even if they are not playing against them or anything like that, just because they don't like them? Because I see that happening as well, that they talk badly about a certain streamer in their own streams.
I noticed that too. I would kind of separate it. I mean, it's as bad and it's also a no-go.
Yeah.
But I would see it's a bit of a separate issue.
But both
Because,
of them
like,
are
these
bad, I
kind of-
think.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Good. All right.
Like
then we
these whole streamer community fight thingies, I don't really get all that.
No, I don't ever understood the cancel culture, but we talked about that kind of before already. Is there a solution, do you think?
In the end, it comes down of remembering that on the other side of that end is another human, like just like you. Because that is what we forget in the internet constantly.
So pretty much what I had on my list was staying humble. So I think that is a big part of it that a lot of streamers forget eventually when they are making a lot of money, when they are getting bigger and bigger and have like a lot of, how do you say that? Like influence. I think that is something that can easily get blurred at one point, that I notice around me with streamers that are suddenly getting really big or blown up or anything like that. All right.
I also always make a difference between just like getting mad in the game and being like, oh yo, what a shit killer or whatever. Like what? That's fine.
You have
Like-
you are getting angry in DVD games? Really? I have never seen that.
Never happened, no. And I also understand everyone that gets angry in DVD games or in other games. That's 100% fine.
Yeah.
The issue arises the moment we switch to a personal level.
Do you think there is a difference, and is it bad? Because I see some people are saying this is a bad thing. That, for example, you're playing Survivor or Killer, doesn't matter, and you're kind of shit-talking that person, but not necessarily that you mean it in such a way, but more like, oh, you suck, or like, haha, get wrecked, or whatever, just say something, whatever. And then they come to your stream, and then you're actually very nice to them and say, GG, good game, and thank you for coming to the stream. Do you think that is okay and acceptable?
I would say so, yeah.
I think it's part
I
of the
feel
gaming.
like everyone should understand that like while you're in a game, emotions might cook up. And like it's not like you're actually being angry at the person.
I
like
think
you're
there's a
playing
big
game, you're getting
difference.
heated.
I think there's a big difference in saying that you absolutely hate that person and they come to the stream and then you're being nice, or you're just like, you know, making a whole joke about it and making fun of it, and then they come to the stream and then you still say like, you know what, GG, but please don't tunnel next time or something.
Yeah.
I think that's a big difference. All right, what is your number 2?
Being grateful.
So pretty much like the humble thing.
Kinda, but it's a bit of a different angle too, because I talked about that with a friend this morning. Even like they raided someone and they didn't even notice, like nothing, no hello, no thank you, no nothing. And
but how many people did they raid?
56 something.
Oh, so not like
the person
one.
had below 10. So basically 5 times the size of the channel.
And they didn't say anything?
No.
All right.
And like I took that as a bit of a reminder of like being grateful, not only for raids, like no matter the size. I know you have that idea or that policy too, that you don't care about the size of a raid.
No.
You're thankful for it anyways.
Yes.
And I see it the same way. It's more. It's like everyone even being there is something we should always keep in mind, that we're grateful.
This is true. I do have to admit though that sometimes when my viewership is suddenly down to what I'm normally used to, that I feel I'm doing something wrong. But then a friend of mine once told me as well, don't look at that. Think about it like even 40 people is an entire bus full of people, you know? And which is true, because we all started somewhere, but still it sometimes can be very difficult and hard. But I have seen this before, that people that got rated like with like a bigger amount of viewership and stuff, that they don't know how to respond. They don't know what to do, because they're, like you said, they had like, what, 10 people watching them, and suddenly you get like 70 people or something in your stream that they have no idea what to do.
Well, I mean, thank you is not exactly a hard thing to say. Like,
but maybe they don't want that. Maybe I have heard before, I'm not joking, I have heard before that some streamers don't want that. They don't want all the people. They just want to stream and have fun and not care about all of that.
I mean, it's possible, sure, but it's still like a nice gesture. Like if someone stops by your house and gives you like some pretzels, but you didn't need pretzels, you still say thank you for the pretzels.
I would ask them, are they poisonous? Do not accept things from strangers.
Yeah, okay, fair.
No,
might
but
be
I
a bit
understand.
of a weird dude, yeah.
Yeah, no, I get it. But how did your friend feel?
I mean, like that's kind of like a failed raid then. Like they don't even notice. Like you usually raid to make someone like show them some appreciation or make them a little bit happy or something, and getting absolutely no reaction out of it feels really awkward. Did
it ever happen to you that you skipped something or that you didn't see something and you feel, and then later on you realized and you forgot to say anything? Sure.
But my raid alert is very loud. So that kind of protects me from that. But yeah, of course that happened.
Because I already feel bad if I miss a message. I already feel bad if somebody subbed and I was so busy with doing something, or I just took a break or whatever. And then I realized later, oh, but it was mostly in the beginning when I just started streaming that I missed things. Because I wasn't, like I had alerts and stuff, but I didn't know what was what. I had to get used to all of that. And then the chat was going faster and faster. And I was like, I can't keep up and stuff. So, but yes, there are things that you don't sometimes do on purpose, but this one probably was heavily ignored on purpose, I'm guessing.
I don't know. Maybe they just generally never look at chat or at their
maybe they
Twitch. That is possible.
It depends which game.
Kind of a no-go.
Which game were they playing? Like
Hunt.
Oh.
I mean, sure, there's fights and things going on, but I don't know. I'm maybe after being a streamer for a while, you're able to split eyes or something. Have like one eye on chat, one on the game. Maybe,
yeah. But so a lot of people left after that raid, I guess.
Yeah, immediately.
All right, number 3.
That would basically be completely ignoring chat, so it's a bit linked. So
that is linked, yeah.
I know, like with increasing viewer numbers, it gets a lot harder to read all the messages. Like that's kind of comfy when you're around like the 20 to 30 mark. When you're getting higher, it's near impossible to read everything. So it's not about reading everything. It's just like making an effort.
Like a little bit of interaction. At least say hello or something.
Like even streamers with like 2, 3, 5,000 viewers.
They try.
They try. Usually they try.
Definitely try. Yeah. But I have to admit though, sometimes I was in a big streamer's chat and they had like 3,000 people watching them. It went so fast. The chat went so fast that I was like, I don't even know how they do it, because they keep saying hello and welcoming people, and that is, wow, that is huge.
I'm sure there must be some magic tools for that to make it easier to read.
Maybe.
Like maybe, I don't know, maybe there's a way to like not show any bots in your chat and give like people different colors or something so you can read it
I know
easier.
there's slow mode, but with that, I think even slow mode is enabled and it's not easy.
Yeah, it doesn't help if it's just too many people.
No. Did it ever happen to you that you went into a stream and they were not talking to you at all? Or like there was just silence, they were just playing a game?
Yeah.
Did you leave?
Definitely. Yeah, sure. Like, after all, streaming is a bit more about like the interaction. Right? That's like the fun part.
Yeah, for a lot of people,
if I just want to see gameplay, I go to YouTube.
Yeah, for a lot of people, it's like background noise. What I heard.
That's also fair, but then I still want someone talking in that background noise.
Did you ever had that you were on purposely ignored? That you said like 3 times hello or something, and the streamer still didn't say hello back?
I don't know. I don't want to like suspect anyone of that. Like similar situations have happened, but like a lot of things were going on, and it might have just not been on purpose. Like I can't tell.
I think it happens when somebody's very busy and trying to be entertaining and everything else. I have missed messages, but I keep saying as well, can you please repeat it if I missed anything? I don't do it on purpose and stuff. I really think a lot of people feel that way when a streamer misses a message, that they're like, oh, they're ignoring me. And in the end, it's actually not the case. We just really did not see it.
Yeah. I always say that too, like if I miss your message, like in case of emergency, make an add Deevoz to it, then it gets highlighted for me, and I will surely see it.
But that is something that you've learned while streaming. That you did not know that in the beginning. You had to learn it the hard way, probably.
Actually, I learned it watching other streamers.
Oh.
So I kind of learned my lessons in other people's chat, which was quite comfy, honestly.
It is, it is. You're like, oh, wait a minute, I should do that too. All right, what is your next point?
Yeah, next point is forcing yourself to do things you don't enjoy.
Oh.
And this is a bit of an interesting angle, because in the end, if you like start streaming, you're trying to create something for yourself, right? It's for many people, it's the first thing that they ever did just for themselves, like not being in an employment, but like making your own project.
Yeah.
And if you force yourself to do something that you actually don't enjoy, then you created something for yourself that you don't enjoy, and that's, after all, like not a really good plan.
Okay.
Like in the long run, that will fail for you, because like your mental health goes down. Discipline can only get you so far. At some point, it can't carry you.
True, but is it not like with every job, you sometimes have unfun days, and you just have to take it anyway?
Sure, there will always be unfun days, but if you notice that it's never fun, then something's going wrong.
Oh, I mean, yeah, like that way, like all the time or something.
Yeah.
Like you're doing something against your will.
Basically against your will, because you know that's something that will get you viewers or something.
Okay. So for example, Dead by Daylight, that's a game that we... I knew it. that we all play. But for me, that's my main game.
Yeah.
I notice, especially now when pushing for partner, that if I play a different game, I lose half of my viewership, or at least 20, you know?
Yeah.
So sometimes I have days that I'm not enjoying DVD, but I do it anyway, because that's what people want to see.
Yeah.
So does that count as the same thing?
Not necessarily. Like if you generally enjoy it and you have a bad day, then you have a bad day.
Yeah, it happens.
Like for me personally, it was just like I had like 3 weeks, and a friend of mine texted me and was like, mate, do you ever laugh playing this game? Do you actually enjoy any of that? And I was like, actually, no.
No.
I can endure it
you
for
took a break.
time. And then I took a 5 months break.
5 months?
Yep.
And
it's scary. Like it's really scary as a streamer to switch your main game.
But you were always playing a little bit of Hunt as well, right?
I was like doing like 1 day a week of Hunt back then.
Okay. Yeah, I did the
and
same
then
thing.
I switched like main game to Hunt, and I was very lucky that I was already friends with a couple people, like other streamers in the Hunt category, that helped me out in the beginning. So yeah, I just in general, if you always force yourself to play the game and you hate it, then that will take a toll on your mental.
I don't think it's necessarily only game related. I think it's also streamer related.
Yeah.
Like I know a lot of people that are streaming because they have nothing else to do, or that they actually see it as a job and they really dislike it, but they do it anyway. Do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing?
It kind of depends on your privilege a bit, right? If you have the privilege to stop whatever you're doing to do something that you enjoy more, you should definitely do it. Like it's usually tied to money. If that's your only way of making ends meet, your only way of income, then hell, gotta sit through. It is what it is.
It is what it is. Yep. But I just think that maybe in the long run is something that I learned that it will only damage you, not only for your community and stuff or your stream, but also you as a person and your mental health. I think you really had a really good point there.
Yep, definitely. It takes a huge toll on your mental if you not look forward to the one thing that you really looked forward to because of the thing you're doing on it. Yeah, it's a really weird situation all of a sudden.
But it's very true.
Yeah. I'm really glad I made the decision.
Good. Do you think as well that a lot of people, it also includes people from like the community and everything, right? So like some people really are always so nice and you look forward to seeing them and stuff. And I have noticed, and I've talked about it with different streamers, that there's like always like one person that they feel, hey, they are not really vibing with me and everything, but they don't want to ban them. Do you think they should?
Really, really hard question.
It depends on a lot of factors, maybe.
Exactly.
But like, let's keep it general.
If it's just like a bit of a weird vibe, I usually roll with it. But if it, like, usually the weird vibe relatively fast gets to attacking other viewers. Because of the very different vibe.
Yeah.
And that's where I would say, yeah, ban them. Because if they're attacking other viewers, then we have a bit of an issue there.
Yeah, then it's like done. All right, next point.
Next point. The general topic of money, and it's a really rough topic, and I'm trying to like keep everything in mind. However, I may not. So first part about money would be sponsorships.
Okay.
Or like partnerships with products, and I think it is a no-go to do a sponsorship with products you don't believe in or you don't use.
At all.
Like if you don't like the product, you should not advertise for it.
Yeah, I agree. But I agree. But it can also be a game.
It can also be a game, the product, yeah.
Okay, so you are telling me, Deevoz.
Yes.
You are telling me that you get paid by, if I don't know, I will not say the name, but there are games out there that your community can download, and you get paid by every single download.
Yeah.
And we're talking about a lot of money.
Yeah.
You will not do it?
I had offers like that, and I did not do it, and I will not do it.
And why?
Because I'm selling my community here, and I won't. Like, if I don't think the product is good, I will not sell my community to these people.
Even if your community knows that you think it sucks anyways, but...
I don't know. I feel like you're... Like, the way I see it is you're also decreasing your, like, influencer value towards other companies if you take it.
Yeah, they believe you, right? Like,
exactly.
You know? Interesting one. Very interesting.
And I could also see that, like, other companies that want to take you as their influencer would stay away from you if you already took that deal.
Interesting. But I know for sure that a lot of people that are promoting a product or saying that they did this and that with cooking something, and then you can use a certain code, that they are not using it at all. They used it maybe once. But hey, they have a code.
Yeah.
And you don't agree with that?
I don't agree with advertising products you don't like.
True, but it can, because that is true. Like I you know, with certain energy drinks, I didn't like them. I will not promote them. But there's one that I do like, and then I was like, all right, I believe in this actually, you know. But I know for sure that in the streamer community, there's a lot of people that don't drink it at all, but they promote it anyways. Yeah. That I don't believe in.
It's like I feel like you kind of need to be true to your community there. Like you're selling them something, and if you don't like it, you don't believe in it, then it's a very odd practice.
I think they are also lying to themselves. Because how can you be enthusiastic about something that you really do not enjoy? Yeah. And I think in the long run, it will also be devastating for your mental health. Because you have to, because you kind of have to like pretend and show like an appearance like, oh, you know, I really love this, you should try it, and you really don't.
Exactly.
All right. Next point.
But it's not necessarily only about daily use, though.
You don't think so?
Like, for example, if a person would advertise a rice cooker.
Okay.
That's like a common German sponsor. So they make rice cookers and they sell rice. If they don't eat rice often, they can still believe in the rice cooker. Because a rice cooker is a useful instrument, a useful tool to have in your kitchen.
I love your examples. We're going from pretzels to a rice cooker.
Well, yeah, we need a little bit more German vibe here. Pretzels and rice cookers, let's go.
Okay. No, but yes.
Yeah. So, but the money thing has like more parts. Obviously, like telling people they have to sub if they want to stay here is a big issue. In general, like it is really rough to say like what's the right way to act and what's the wrong way to act. Whenever you start to guilt trip your viewers, it's probably wrong.
So okay, let's see. Like with the money thing has a lot of different aspects.
Yep.
Right?
Definitely.
So first we had where we're talking about like the product stuff, and now we're talking about subbing and giving a streamer money, etc., etc. Yeah. All right. Has it ever happened to you that people felt that they needed to sub to you in order to be part of the community?
I don't think so.
Did nobody ever say in your chat like, "Oh, I'm not subbed anymore. I'm really sorry," or
well, yes.
I can't afford it," and
okay, that happened.
Yeah. So pretty much like saying, "I'm sorry that I can't," right?
Yeah.
Which for me, when that ever happened, which still happens, I feel really bad. Because I feel like you don't have to. I'm already so happy that you chose me from all the millions of streamers out there that you are in my chat and coming back and enjoying my content and saying hello to everybody, even if you're just lurking, you know? It was something that I had to learn that people really feel bad, you know, because they do want to help. But yeah, so that's a big thing as well. But what I did also see and know is that it happened before that somebody was streaming and they had a subathon, I think, and nobody gave subs or nobody was subbing and stuff, and they started screaming at their community saying like, you have to sub, or you have to do this, or you have to give me money.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Like, this is exactly what I meant. Like, this is an issue, obviously. That's a no-go. And like, as a viewer, that also would be a red flag for me to immediately run away.
Run away.
As far as I can. Turn off PC, go dot grass or something.
Yeah. No, but not me. They should. The ones that are saying that, I think they should run away from their PC, log off the PC, and go outside, touch grass, come back, and be humble.
But that's not in our control. Like, we can only control ourselves.
Well, it is kind of in our control by not supporting that person.
Well, I wouldn't in that, obviously. I wouldn't in that case.
But still, people do.
Yeah.
I think that's I think it's sad.
Yeah, that's like the whole guilt trip thing.
Guilt tripping.
And like also in that situation that you brought up earlier, like a person saying in chat, hey, I can't afford to sub this month or something.
Yeah.
Like there's in my eyes, there's a right and a wrong answer there. Like the right answer would be, yeah, don't worry, I'm already happy that you're here. The wrong answer would probably be, oh yeah, I should have eaten more rice and less meat last month or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I've seen all that, and
that's crazy. But what I do know is that when that happens in my community, depends who it is, they gave that person immediately a sub, which is so like comforting. It is so nice that they just want that person to feel okay, and then they are ecstatic about it. They are like, oh my god, I can't believe it, thank you so much. Even though it's about a $5 or €5, doesn't matter, sub, right? They are so happy that happens. But I never experienced myself that, except the thing that I just said, but I never experienced in a chat or something that people were screaming at their community and stuff. I heard about it, saw it, but I never did it happen to me on Twitch.
While you were there. Yeah, me neither. Like not while I was there.
No, I heard it.
It was like
I heard rumors.
Mostly Reddit threads.
Yeah. What I did see is that even in certain streams, they were asking their community to stop gifting subs. That enough is enough. Or that in private messages, they were like, please, you just need to stop and take care of yourself first and blah, 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 like that. Which shows a lot of character as well from that streamer. Even if they need it and they can just take it if they want to. But they literally reached out to people saying like, hey, you need to stop because it's too much and you need to take care of yourself.
Absolutely. And that's like a great move.
All right, next point.
It's like goes further into the guilt tripping thing. Last point. It's like guilt tripping viewers to be there. Like being really angry when someone is not there. And like when they then show up again, be like, yeah, well, where were you the last 2 streams? I was expecting you. That happens, yeah.
Really?
Or even being like writing on your own Discord server, hey, leave all your browsers open. I will start at 7. If you're not there, I will remember. Stuff like that.
I mean, I'm like, I really appreciate all the lurks.
Yeah.
If you can leave a tab open because I'm pushing for partner, then thank you and stuff. That's not the same thing?
That's very different.
Really? Okay,
it's very
so
different
tell
to
me,
say I
explain.
appreciate my lurks. Like, but just,
I've never seen this.
literally
Please explain. Please explain.
I've seen that a couple times actually. Also like in, mostly German streamers for some reason. But like they literally posted on their Discord, I expect you all to have your browsers open when you go to work, so I get my lurks.
Are they not joking?
They're not joking.
They're not joking.
I'm pretty sure they don't. They're not joking.
Okay.
Like it's really odd, that kind of stuff, because like the moment you kind of force your viewers to do things that they wouldn't naturally, and that's just really awkward behavior.
So how do you feel when, for example, people that are like very known in your community and that you know for a while and suddenly they disappear?
And that's the other side of the coin.
How do you deal with that?
It really depends. If they are a streamer too, and I also notice that they're not live anymore, I message them.
Okay.
If they're not, I feel like I don't have the right to.
Really?
I feel like they might have just have to do something else with their life, and that's why they're not here anymore, and I'm overstepping my boundaries by messaging them. It kind of depends how well I know them, obviously. But if it's a regular viewer that doesn't show up anymore,
yeah, regular viewer.
maybe...
But I'm talking about like somebody that was like there all the time, and you know that they're suffering with little things or like going through stuff.
Well, that's different then. If you know that they're suffering, then it might be like the right thing to message them.
All right. Because some people want space, right? Like you said, like some people want their space and they don't want to get messaged. But for example, what I had before as well, that I noticed somebody left our Discord out of the blue. Nobody saw it coming. And I felt extremely bad because I was like, are they going to be okay? Did I do something wrong? And of course, I'm not entitled to know why they left or whatever, but because I knew they were struggling, I actually kind of like, I wanted to make sure they were okay. You know?
Yeah.
So one of my mods reached out and they were okay, but they were like dealing with a lot. So they had to like step back for a little bit, but they're still in streams though. There's another thing that happened once is that somebody was struggling. We reached out. They didn't really respond. And I think a couple months later, they were kind of upset at us that we didn't reach out again. Yeah. Which I, of course, stood up for myself and my community that we did reach out and that we tried, but we don't want to overstep our boundaries. And I think it's very hard also for if you like keep growing and growing to keep up with everything, to make sure that everybody is okay. I don't know how other bigger streamers do that. I don't think they do. But I understand, like, if people feel a bit upset, like, oh, they don't miss me anyway. But we do think about you guys, you know? Like, we do, but we just don't want to, like you said, overstep our boundaries or push anything.
Exactly.
So,
And like it comes from the same corner as the no guilt tripping to be there. Like maybe they just found someone else that they find more interesting, and that's their good right. And I don't want to be the person that's like, hey, where are you? Like, I don't know. I'm sure you can word it better. Like you can always.
No,
write,
but I
hey,
think I understand.
See you in a while.
Yeah, but like I understand what you mean. So, for example, what happens to me sometimes, though, if I see somebody again, I did see that person for a while. I'm like, hi, it's been a hot minute. How are you? I hope life is treating you well. Do you think that's overstepping a boundary because you're calling them out, kinda? Even though that's not what I mean.
I don't have the definite answer for that because I don't know how to do it myself. Like I usually just say things like, hey, I haven't seen you in a while. How are you?
Yeah, but you haven't seen you in a while. Is it?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's so hard.
I kind of want them to know that I noticed that they were not there, but at the same time,
don't want to call them out.
I don't want to call them out, so it's a bit weird.
It is very weird. Like I always try to, because I do realize it, and I'm actually very happy to see them back, and I also say that. So good to see you again, stuff like that. And I hope life is treating you kindly and stuff like that. And they are like, yeah, it's been a hot minute, or they're saying like, yeah, it's been a while, and they say it themselves. So, but it's a very difficult thing, very difficult.
Because like the thing is, I notice when someone does that with me that I feel like I need to justify myself.
No, not really. I don't think so. Like because I know my heart and I mean it in the way like, I hope you're okay. So I always think that other streamers that do that to me, they mean it the same way. That's what I just think in my head. So I feel happier.
That's a great method.
Right.
I don't know. I also notice it when I say things like that then people say, oh yeah, I've been moving, I've been busy with work, and I'm like, I think I also don't want to force anyone to justify.
I think for me it's not a justification, it's more like I'm genuinely interested if you are okay. You know? And then if they're saying like, oh, I got a new job or whatever, I'm like, oh, so cool, what are you doing now? You know, it's like you know, but I understand it. It's a very difficult and very thin line.
Absolutely. And the funny thing is, if you switch games and people don't come back, you have no idea what happened. They might be well, they might be not well, they might just not watch anything else than the game they came for. There can be a million reasons all of a sudden.
True. All right, next point.
That was actually my 7.
That was it?
That was the 7, yeah.
Oh. Well.
So.
But you also
talk about yours.
Oh God. All right. So what I think as a streamer you should never do is give people your personal information.
Agreed.
Big one. It's very easy. It's very easy though, because especially when you're live for like long hours and you're talking to people or in Discord and playing games or whatever, you can easily slip up or say your real name. But some people don't even mind saying their real name.
Yeah. It's also when you share a screen, it can happen.
True.
That's like really risky. Like, I don't know, you look at something on Amazon, top right corner is your name. Unfortunate.
Yes. That can happen too. So that happened to Deevoz, I think, once.
Yeah.
No.
Funny enough, it also happens in Excel. For some reason, your fucking name is in Excel.
Really?
Yeah. It's horrible.
Oh, I did not know that. So, but that is the biggest one, I think, that a lot of streamers are not conscious of enough. So pretty much we talked about is like never badmouth other streamers alive. Pretty much that's what I had as well. This is a funny one. A lot of people don't like streamers eating.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? This was not that I feel that that you shouldn't. Let me be very clear. You can if you want to, but I know that a lot of people click away if streamers start eating. Yes.
I know a lot of streamers that don't feel comfortable eating in front of cameras.
I don't. I don't know why, but I don't. I don't eat at all on stream.
I very rarely do, but
yeah,
a lot of streamers are very uncomfortable with it. So I get it from the streamer side. I've never heard it from the viewer side.
Really?
Like if you mute your microphone, don't know, if you make like super loud food noises, that might not be for everyone. I get that, but that's just like common, I don't know, common well behaving, I guess.
I think one big one as well is calling out your lurkers.
Yeah, definitely.
Or like new people in your list that you see in your viewing list or something.
Yeah, that's not good. That's entirely horrible.
I mean, it happened to me before that a lurker was suddenly subscribed for 9 months, and it was the first time chatter ever, but he was subscribed for 9 months, and he was like, I enjoy your content. Something like that. I was like,
Yeah.
you know? And I was like, oh, you know, like really ecstatic. But so he was there lurking for 9 months, maybe even longer, I don't know, but he was there for a long time.
Yeah.
And it is actually a thing with certain streamers that they call out new people in the chat that they see in the list, and they call out lurkers as well, like, hey, how are you? And they pinpoint names and stuff, and they say it's a good thing in order to let them interact in your stream.
You force interaction, yeah, sure. You can do that. I don't think it's a good thing, personally. Forcing interaction in general is not that cool. I mean, sometimes it happens that you call out a lurker. Sometimes it happens that someone else talks about them in chat, and then you read the name,
Yes.
and then they're like, it's
Yeah,
me.
yeah. Like that happens as well. Like, for example, oh, is this and that person here? And I'm like, yes, they are lurking. And then suddenly they start typing, I'm here, you know? And it's not because I want them to talk. It's because somebody asked if they are actually here. And I'm like, yes, they're lurking. And then they suddenly start talking. But I think that's very different, though. I think that's very different.
I think that's okay.
I also think one thing that I had is don't set too many high expectations.
In what manner?
Everything. For example, everything. Viewership, money, streamers, other streamers, and yeah, those top three: money, viewership, other streamers. I had
expectations for yourself in that manner.
In that matter, that everybody's your friend. You know, because I kind of had a conversation with somebody else that they thought that every streamer, because we are in the same boat, that everybody was going to be nice and friendly and all that stuff. And they came across that it wasn't the case. And I pretty much said to them, well, it's kind of normal, even though I wish it was different, but some people you do vibe with and some people you don't. And some people they have a mindset of not sharing, and, you know, I think it's something we need to deal with. But I think that is something that you as a streamer should not do and have very high expectations, because that's pretty much what I did. I had very high expectations for myself, like I need to get partner within a year or stuff like that. And I had high expectations that I need to make this amount of money each month, otherwise I'm a failure. So when all of that did not happen, I was mentally destroyed. Mentally destroyed, because I felt like not good enough, like a failure, etc. Until I realized, and smart people told me, to look at what you do have.
Yeah.
So, did that ever happen to you? Like with like setting boundaries, setting a challenge, setting like goals?
Sure. I mean, I had goals that I entirely failed. All that happened.
That's
and
that's not what I asked.
I mean, that's a learning curve you have to do as a streamer. That you imagine something, you have like dreams and ideas, and you kind of need to level your expectations. Because like some people get lucky or something, other people don't get lucky or get less lucky or a little bit more lucky. Like it's not a yes/no thing. And you always need to remind yourself of what you have, and
which is sometimes difficult. And again,
Definitely.
Humble thing. Again, true.
Yeah, exactly.
This is something that can be a bit like yes and no. The other thing I had on my list, because pretty much everything you said or mentioned, I had on my list too. So the other thing that I had on my list is like pretending you're somebody else. Pretending not necessarily pretending. Let me rephrase. Well, some people pretend, but there's also people that put up an image.
Yeah.
Some people are saying that a streamer should not do that and be their authentic self, because in the long run, it will destroy them, or in the long run, the truth will come out and people realize like, hey. But with the image thing, for some people, it really works. And that's their image. And off stream, they are completely different.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
It kind of depends. Like, if you really designed a character,
Yeah.
I mean, there's like a very famous one.
So that's what I mean with like
that.
an image, you know?
Yeah, exactly. If you create a character and you're trying to be that character and it works for you, and you put on a show, like in the end, streaming is it's kind of showbiz too. If you create a show for the viewers and it works, then more power to you. I think it gets more difficult if you're not creating a character, but you try to change your personality traits for stream. I think that is what's creating a lot more issues, because it's not cut enough from yourself. Like, you're trying to be something that you're not, while not separating it from yourself.
Ooh. Okay.
That's difficult to follow.
No, not necessarily, but do you have an example?
Like, for example, someone that really enjoys just playing for fun. And then all of a sudden, but his streamer personality is like, he wants to be the best ever and fight really hard for it. And yeah, I like, think that won't really work out well. Or like, if you get salty in games and you try to just hide it every time, I feel like that in the end you kind of fight with yourself more than you fight with anything. And like, there's enough streamers that get super salty and it's okay. Like, I feel like we kind of need to normalize being yourself, and that's okay.
Even though I feel like some people have a certain perspective, like they want, or they're expecting something of that streamer that they're used to. So I feel a lot of streamers don't think that they can suddenly change.
How do you mean can?
Like, for example, they always held up a certain image or...
Yeah.
You know, and then if they are actually suddenly dropping that image, that people would leave. That they're scared that people always had that expectation that they should be like that, and when they are not, then suddenly their viewers go or whatever happens. So that's what I know, that a lot of people are scared to be to be themselves, really.
I get it. Like 100%, that is scary. Because like, the moment you're yourself, you also have a lot more to lose.
And you're more vulnerable,
people might actually not like the way you are. If you put up an image, someone doesn't like that image, not a big deal. If you are yourself and people don't like that, that's a way larger issue, isn't it? It's a defense line.
I mean, yeah, but at the same time, it's like, then those people are not for you, you know?
True, and that's what you also need to realize in streaming. Not everyone is for you, and you're not for everyone.
Aww. I think that's a lovely saying.
Yeah, I mean, but
it's true though.
You need to 100% understand that when you streaming, because like, sometimes you get someone in chat that you don't vibe with, and at some point you realize, okay, it's not going to work.
So stop forcing something.
Yeah.
Again,
you
which
don't
you
need
also
to be
pretty
for
much
everyone.
said. Yeah.
It's okay.
Do we have anything else? I think this was pretty much all. You discussed everything that I had on my list.
I'm sorry. I stole all your stuff. No. I think there's a lot of common sense if you stream for a while. It's not, you don't see it if you didn't stream yet, or if you didn't stream for a long time.
No.
Or for a while at least. Like, that's things you learn.
What is to end this convo?
Yeah.
To end this podcast, what is the best advice, single advice, that you can give to viewers right now? To viewers that have no idea about being a streamer, and to people that might consider streaming.
So, the best advice, and it was also the best advice I got, was talk. Talk in your streams.
Okay.
If you're sitting there, like, lit by your monitor light, looking at your game, not talking, maybe looking a little bit sad, that's not going to let anyone stay. I'm sorry to tell you. You need to talk. It's the one thing you need to do, talking.
Looking a little bit sad. Okay, and what is the best advice you can give to viewers that have no idea about streaming, or the difficulties or the good things?
Ideally, they find a community where they like feel accepted in just the way they are. Ideally, a viewer doesn't need to do anything. Ideally, a viewer just gets to a place, feels comfortable and welcome there, and they can like vibe with it.
Yeah. Like, I think for anybody that is watching now that has no idea about streaming or anything like that, like, my advice will be yourself as well. There's no need to put up a front also as a stream or also as a viewer, because you will find a community that you feel completely at home in, and you don't have to pretend or anything like that. There are communities that are very, very happy to accept you just how you are.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that's a big thing. My biggest advice... Go ahead, sorry.
And that's another funny thing, because it's a little bit of a wing here. Sometimes I watch a streamer and I really like the streamer, but I can't vibe with the community at all. And eventually I'll leave.
Yes.
Because I don't feel at home in the community, even though I like the streamer.
Yep.
And that's another thing that's like really interesting.
That's my biggest advice to a streamer. Try to include everybody and be welcoming to everybody, no matter who they are. That's because that's what I had too. I had streamers that I absolutely adored and were even good friends with, but the community is just not it. The jokes they make, they're not very welcoming. The mods and the cliques are talking to each other, and that's it, you know. And it's very hard for like a new person to step in there, like to get into it and be part of a group. So yeah, I think you should try to include as many people as you can, or at least try to, and have that feeling of everybody's welcome vibe, you know. I think that's very important. And
Also, I think like your mod's doing a fantastic job with that, like welcoming everyone that's in chat. Like that already is like it's a small gesture, but that does a lot.
I mean, we do have like inside jokes and everything that now other viewers and people from the community also are saying now to each other, you know. But I think same within your stream. Like, doesn't matter how many people are there. It doesn't matter if it's a mod or not. Even like just normal viewers. I no mods or something. That's what I mean with that. Is they welcome me, you know, and I'm like, hey, you know, I have no idea who you are, but hello, you know. It's just just very nice, you know. It's very nice.
I think that's definitely an important trait. I agree.
And I think as a streamer, you attract the people that you want is like a weird word. Like you just like, if you are a certain way, you attract certain people. Do you know what I mean?
To a limit.
I mean, yeah, you don't have like, you can choose them, you know.
Yeah, you can choose them. You can ban people. It is possible.
But you know what I mean, right? Like,
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Like, I want wholesome people. I want nice people. I want people that want to do better in the world and try to, you know, make a little bit of a difference in this world. For you, like as a streamer, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? Why are you a streamer? What do you want to do?
I mean, ideally, provide a safe haven.
Yeah, see?
for like people that need it, and ideally, like, have fun and laugh and.
So you are trying to do something good in this world.
After all, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's probably why you and I are doing a podcast together. Yeah.
See?
No, but do you understand what I mean? No, but do you understand what I mean? Like, otherwise you and I would not have vibed like we do. You are a completely different person than I am. But we also have a lot of, how do you say that in English? Like, connecting points, you know?
Yeah.
In different ways. And we agree on a lot, apparently.
We do.
So yeah. All right. Anything else?
I think that's enough for the day.
Good. Well, I want to thank you so much for being here again.
Thank you for having me again.
And I will see you in the next one.
Perfect. Have a good one. Bye-bye.